a walking boot. What's his situation?
Well, he's just sore, but I think he'll practice tomorrow and Thursday, so not really concerned about it.
Was there a play that, I don't remember what foot it was on, but like...
It was in there early in the game. He kind of twisted it, but I don't think it's not serious. It's precautionary.
Did that affect his play during the game? If he was
I don't think it did, but I mean, he said it bothered him. He knew that he tweaked it, but I don't think it affected it.
Kyle still not out here. When do you expect him back?
Next week. Yeah, next week.
Over the last 2 games, how have you assessed J.J. McDermott's performance?
I thought he did a lot of good things, but you know, got to do some things better. We didn't really haven't helped him as much as we need to. You know, we had some breakdowns in some areas that affected obviously what he does, but you know, he's a competitor and he'll rally up.
Looking at the tape, did you change your evaluation at all from when we talked right after the game?
No, I mean, I was a little bit, after looking at the tape, I think everybody felt worse because, you know, just, I mean, you were at the luncheon, so you saw the tape. I mean, it's just not in sync. You know, JJ does his job, and then somebody, you know, doesn't do their job, and we got a guy wide open, but we can't even get it off because we didn't, you know, on that particular play, we didn't pass protect. Then we pass protect, and we miss the guy. You know, so it just seems like we're out of sync. Hopefully, you know, we'll get and be sharp this week and get back on top.
This team dominated UCF, but do you think that there's any sort of mental hangover from beating TCU?
No, I don't think so. You know, when you get in these situations, teams are fragile, and you know, it seems like defensively we don't play at a high level if the offense isn't clicking, you know, and that's not how a team needs to be. The defense needs to carry you and win. If the defense is not having a day, the offense needs to carry it and win. And we're just we're not feeding off. You know, we just seem to be a real fragile team right now.
So it's kind of like one side of the ball isn't really giving the other side a chance to win or a hope.
Yeah, well, I mean, football is that way. I mean, you know, I was telling the guys, you know, when you know, 2 or 3 times in Hawaii or even in Atlanta when we had these kind of teams situations, you know, you'd be down. We were down 24-0 to Michigan State, and we win the game. You know, we're down 28-7 at half against the Washington Huskies, and we got a win to go to the Sugar Bowl, and we win. You know, it's a mentality, it's a belief, and we're just not quite there yet.
But does that fix execution problems? Does that make you sharp? How do you?
Well, obviously, if you come back and you're going to be executing, you know, to be able to even put yourself back in a position to win, you know. So, but that's kind of what, you know, you got to be able to do, and we seem to not have it. You know, like I said the other day, you know, we call a play. You know, the first play of the game, I'm thinking we're scoring a touchdown on the first play of the game. Everybody's got to think that we're scoring a touchdown on the first play of the game. And, you know, that's how the mentality's got to be, you know.
Where do you see that, or where would you say this team is mentally right now?
Well, you know, when you lose 2, you know, your mental state is always off until you get a win under your belt. So hopefully we can get a win under our belt and get on to Navy. We got 3 of the last 4 at home, and you know, hopefully we can win all 3 and then go give Houston a football game down there.
Taylor Reed was back today as expected. What do you expect to see out of him the rest of the season?
I expect him to play like he played before he left last week on that vacation.
Does he go right back into the starting lineup?
Yes, he does.
Have you stepped back and looked at the overall picture in Conference USA, and where do you think your team stands? Is the division title still a possibility?
I would say that's a long shot. You know, Houston have to drop 2, and Southern Miss have to drop another one. I would think that'd be a long shot.
Tulane, with an interim coach, have they changed since Toledo stepped down? Have you seen any differences in how they play?
They look like they're, you know, it's hard to change anything, you know, in the middle of the season. They probably are more efficient, it looks like on film, just because I think they've narrowed down the package. So the kids are, you know, doing their assignments. You know, they're going to come in here, and it's just like Conference USA, anybody can beat anybody, and if, you know, we're not ready to play this week, they're going to beat us. And, you know, that's just how it is. I mean, we're not the type of team, and there isn't a team here that can just show up and, you know, and win. And, you know, if you don't get yourself mentally and physically ready to play every week, then, you know, bad things happen.
Now, you said that you're pretty much out of contention for that division title. Is this team's goal the Hawaii Bowl or the Armed Forces Bowl, just to get a bowl?
We'll go to a bowl game, yeah. That was our goal from the get-go, to get to a bowl, and we got to get one more win, and hopefully we'll add on to that.
Do you believe the last 2 weeks have been a product of just y'all not playing as well, or Tulsa and Southern Miss preparing on?
I think Southern Miss, you know, is a very good defensive football team, and they got a good quarterback. And when you have a quarterback like Tulsa or Southern Miss, and they've been in the systems, you know, that's why they're playing pretty well. You know, you remove those guys out of their systems, and they become like everybody else.